Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
47-year-old Oregon resident and Army veteran Jeffrey Hubbard entered the Capitol through a window that had been broken by Trump's mob just 9 minutes earlier. Hubbard followed the mob through various parts of the Capitol. He was taking photos and videos, and as Hubbard neared the House chamber, he and the mob were stopped by several officers. So Hubbard maneuvered his way to the front of the group, and he stood watching as these people were threatening and accosting the police. In fact, the people standing directly in front of Hubbard were holding a flagpole sideways, and they were using it to push officers back. As the crowd grew, they ended up overwhelming the officers. They forcibly pushed past them. They reached the outside of the House chamber. This is where Ashley Babbitt was shot. And Hubbard admits to witnessing others trying to break the doors down before he left the area. And then he was seen on surveillance video. He was in a hallway outside of the House chamber. He was trying to break down another door to the House chamber in the hallway. Sometime later, Hubbard joined another group in the Capitol Rotunda. And once again, he made his way to the front of the police line. He refused orders to leave. This is even when the officers were using their batons to try to forcibly remove the crowd from the building. And then Hubbard was seen on body cam trying to brace his arms. He was like getting ready to physically fight the officers. Before he had a chance to do that, though, one of the officers doused him with pepper spray. So Hubbard knelt to the ground. He didn't fall to the ground, but he knelt to the ground. He put his hands on his face. So the officers helped him up. They escorted him away from all the chaos, and he flushed his eyes with water. And then that's when he finally left the building. This was after nearly an hour inside. So Hubbard was arrested on December 8th of 2021, and he was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. In November of 2022, Hubbard pleaded guilty to the parading charge, so he was facing up to 6 months in jail, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines. But the prosecutor requested only 45 days in jail, 3 years of probation, 60 hours of community service, and $500 in restitution. In regard to his criminal history, he has 1 conviction for operating impaired. That's according to the sentencing memo, so I'm going to assume that that's like a DUI. And Hubbard may have tried to destroy evidence in this case because following his arrest, when the FBI searched his phone, they couldn't locate any images or videos. And one of his acquaintances told the FBI that Hubbard told him or her that he had canceled his cell phone plan and he started using a burner phone. And check this out. Hubbard's not employed, and his attorney says that he suffers from cognitive impairment. And the sentencing memo says that he collects $5,000 a month in disability benefits. And he's using a public defender in this case. So Hubbard is a full-on Democratic socialist, you guys. Anyway, Hubbard spoke at his sentencing hearing, and his comments were a bit confusing. First, he said, quote, "I would like to raise my Fifth Amendment right," which typically means you're not going to speak. But instead of remaining silent, Hubbard said, quote, "That day at the Capitol, there were so many people going into the Capitol, it was very confusing to maneuver and find my way out." U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols presided over Hubbard's case, and there aren't many details out there yet regarding the rest of the sentencing hearing and what may have taken place. But Judge Nichols sentenced Hubbard to 45 days in jail, 3 years of probation, a $500 fine, and $500 in restitution. So enough? Absolutely not. I mean, I'm glad that he got some jail time and that the judge didn't undercut the prosecutor for once, but if this guy wasn't hit with pepper spray, he would have assaulted an officer. He was squaring off, right? He was getting ready when they sprayed him. And this is someone who swore an oath to protect our country. I think that alone merits a longer sentence. Anyway, guys, if I hear any more, I'll let you know. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please become a monthly donor if you possibly can, or leave a tip or a super thanks, depending on what platform you're on. It really helps to keep the show going. I greatly appreciate it. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.